Hey all, Hipper here, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to tell you what the best PSVR2 cinematic games are. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and just have fun. So in general, the best cinematic games on PSVR2 are the games that are dark and or scary, but they don't have to be scary, right? So the most important thing is to get full use of the OLED screens in the headset is to make sure you adjust the brightness correctly before you start, right? Once you do that, you're gonna get the best experience in the darker games. So as you might have guessed, one of the absolute best experiences on the PSVR2 cinematic mode is the Kalisto Protocol. Now of course remember, cinematic mode really just gives you a big screen, but the thing is that even games that aren't created for virtual reality works really well this way because of the OLED screens in the headset. So of course also you have all the action right in your face. So jump scares like this one here is going to work so much better when you sit in the dark in your headset with your headphones on. Trust me on that one. So the Kalisto Protocol is a dark game, and like I said in the beginning, dark games work wonderfully on PSVR 2 because it makes it feel like the screen is even bigger than it really is. So for example, right now the whole screen is bright, right? But as soon as you move into the darkness, it's very hard to tell where the game ends and where the darkness starts when you're in the headset, and it just creates this pretty much never-ending screen that just gives you a much better experience. Now I totally play games like this in my headset. I realized the graphics take a little bit of a hit, but it's really not that bad, and the experience is just so much better. So Kalisto Protocol, definitely a game you should play using your PSVR 2 cinematic mode. So next up we have another dark space themed game, this time Returnal. And again, playing Returnal in the PSVR 2 headset is just so much better. The same rules apply as with Kalisto Protocol because the game is dark, or at least in the first biome it is. The very colorful shots and effects in the game really stand out on the OLED displays. And because it's completely dark within the headset, right, you get the best experience. It's just something you really have to experience before you can even understand how it is, because obviously this was shot on the PSVR 2 headset, but without actually having the headset on, you cannot tell the difference between this and standard PlayStation 4 TV gameplay, right? So I just have to take my word for it. And again, because you're so close to the action, when you are sprinting across the world, the effect is just so much more immediate and so much more believable, and it really makes a huge difference. So if you haven't played Returnal, or if you haven't played Returnal in your PSVR 2 headset, I highly recommend it. So next up we have a classic, and of course it is the good old PlayStation 4 game Until Dawn. Now I realize there's lots of like real scary games on PSVR 2 that even like actually make use of the virtual reality capabilities of the headset, but if you ask me, I still think this experience here is the best. Now of course everything is flat here and you get the big screen, but again, because this is a dark game, you will get that feeling of a never-ending screen surrounding you, right? Even when the game actually doesn't really do that. It's just the darkness that kind of fools you. And again, I have to just underline again, the OLED screens in the headset are completely dark, so you cannot tell where the dark game world ends and the outside of your headset starts. And that's the immersion. That's what you want in these games here. Just like Kalisto Protocol, Until Dark has a lot of jump scares, and they work a lot better in the headset, especially if you're also playing with headphones, right? So the only downside to this is that you cannot really play the game with someone else. I know a lot of people do that because this kind of game kind of lends itself to that. That's a bit of a downside. And also I just want to mention that it doesn't have to be Until Dawn. It can be any of Supermassive's games. There's quite a few now, but I still think Until Dawn is the best one out there.
You're not in the bag, are you?
Alright, next up is the original Kalisto Protocol, Dead Space. And this is available as a remake on PS5, and I highly recommend you play this game if you haven't played it before, and I highly recommend you play it using your PSVR2 headset if you can. Because exactly like Kalisto Protocol, Dead Space works so much better within the dark headset with headphones on, and you know, that darkness just surrounding you. Again, the jump scares work much better this way, and the whole feeling of eeriness and unknown things is just much better. So again, highly recommend Dead Space. Of course, this list is in no particular order, but if I had to choose a game that I had to experience here, it would probably be Dead Space or Kalisto Protocol to really show off what the cinematic mode can really do in PSVR2. So next up we have Everspace 2, and if you remember what I said earlier, dark games are better. I mean, sometimes this is a very colorful game, but it is a space game. So in general, there's a lot of darkness on the screen. I mean, space is dark, and it is, you know, again, very hard to tell where this game ends and the outside of the OLED screens begin. And like I said, that's what you want. So when you adjust the screen size inside your PSVR2 headset, I generally choose not to make it maximum. I probably made it 80% of maximum, because otherwise I actually have to turn my head to, you know, look at the map in the corner of the screen and stuff like that, and it's a little bit distracting. But other than that, this game here can be wholly recommended. Alright, so the last game I thought to include in this compilation here is Alien Isolation. Now, I really want this game to come in an actual virtual reality modification, but it doesn't seem like we're going to get one. And it doesn't really matter, because later this year there's going to be an actual PSVR 2 game set in the Alien universe called Rogue something, I can't remember. But anyway, Alien Isolation is a classic. It's got great gameplay. It is by far the best Alien game out there, and it's really good playing it, you know, normally on a TV screen, but it really just shows itself from its best side when you play it on a PSVR 2. And again, you are running around in darkness a lot in this game here, and just like in all the other games, that's where the headset really comes in. The OLED really shows you darkness, like pure darkness, and it just helps the experience so much. Like I said, it's hard to really explain this without trying it. So if you got a PSVR 2 headset at home, give these games a try. If you don't, then find a game shop somewhere where you can try it on and try one of these games, and you know, I promise you, you won't regret it. Another thing is that these games here doesn't really induce motion sickness as much as real PSVR 2 games. So for me, that's another plus. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a like, and I'll see you out there.